we're going to go for a little drive today, just for fun. I didn't have my license for a number of years. My apathy demon, my sloth, made me, I didn't renew my license on time. Like I had 2 years to do it, but I didn't do it. So it expired, and then I had to take the 5-hour all over again to do the road test. So I just recently got it back, which is very good. So I thought I'd drive around. And there's a great quote in Star Wars. I really like Star Wars. I'm not a fan of Spielberg, but I think there's a lot of logos in Star Wars. A lot of knowledge. One of my favorite quotes is, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to the dark side. And boy, is that true. I started, though, I add in a little bit of like pain. Pain leads to fear, or fear of pain will lead to anger, lead to hate. That's what it's been in my case. And that is what I notice in the cases of others. Pain, experiencing great pain in your life is never good. It hurts. It hurts. And when you lose someone very close to you, it hurts. I'm saying that because that's my example. So that pain that hit me when I lost someone very close to me turned into fear. It turned into a fear of feeling that again. It turned into a fear of how dangerous the world could be, of how painful the world could be. And that fear that stemmed from the pain did lead to anger. I got angry at the world. I got angry at drugs for killing my friends. I got angry at everybody else too, sometimes for no reason. And that anger led to the dark side. It led to evil. And that anger led to hate. I started hating. I started hating a lot of things. Oh, there it goes. I started hating the world. I started hating the world. I started looking for people to blame when one of my best friends, when he overdosed in 2003, I was so hurt, and I became so afraid and angry and hateful. I wanted to find I wanted someone to go down, not just like a person. I wanted the system to fall, the system that I thought was responsible for my friend's death. Now, some years later, I know that the system isn't responsible like I used to think. No one forced my buddy to stick a needle in his arm. You know, it was his own doing. But at the same time, there is that system there that a lot of us got into opiates because I think in 2000, Bush put a law. He signed a bill that became a law that allowed patients who had really horrible things wrong with them, that actually needed painkillers. He allowed them to take very dangerous and very powerful painkillers home with them, which didn't happen until Bush made it happen. So after that, people's parents, my friend's parents, would have Oxycontin or other things. I remember Oxycontin, and they'd bring it to school, and we got a taste of it, and some of us liked it. One of these people who liked it was we went to school together. We graduated together. He liked it so much that he started doing heroin, which I did too, but I did after he died, really, more so. But, yeah, so that system is there. But you can't hate. You can't let the anger build. You can't let the fear build to hate, to evil. You can't let fear turn to anger. You can't let anger turn to hate. You can't let hate turn to the dark side. You have to let it out. This world will land a couple right there on your chin. It'll knock you down. It will. It will. You're going to experience pain. And that's going to suck. The thing to do is to let it out. Let it out in a healthy way. If you're a musician, write a song, play an instrument. If you're a writer, write. If you're not, punch a punching bag or scream into a pillow. Do whatever you have to do to let it out in a healthy way. Don't hold on to anger. Or don't hold on to the pain. Because that pain will turn into anger. You'll feel pain so much you'll start to be angry. Like, why am I in pain? Why is there something in me that hurts? And a lot of anger will be directed towards others. You'll think, why is this person, why are their lives so great? Why don't they feel my pain? I'm angry. I'm so angry with them. So that's what happens if you don't let the pain out. That anger then will lead to hate and envy. And I want what they have. I want what they have. They don't have the pain. They don't have the anger. They don't have the hate, so I hate them. That's what happens if you don't let it out. But these people that you're going to hate, they've had pain. Maybe they just deal with it more. They just deal with it better. I'm not trying to sound judgmental. I was there, man. I was there. I was a person who had a lot of pain and therefore manifested a lot of anger and some hate. That I don't know, like that hate. I kind of took kind of hated myself. I kind of took it out on myself. It's hard to explain right now. It's not really hard to explain. I was angry at the world. I was angry that my friend passed away. I was angry at the pain I felt. I got angry at people if I thought they weren't as sad or whatever as me. I never really hated. I didn't get to the level of full on hate this person or that person. Then I get self-hatred. I don't know where that came from. Maybe a guilt that I was alive. There was a hatred of right before my buddy JJ died. I just started dating Nikki. I was a year into it. And she would say these things. I don't know why she'd say these things. She would express how handsome and awesome JJ was, which he was. But she said once, if JJ was the devil, he could have his way with me right now, and there would be nothing you could do about it. And that really got me. I was like, why would you say that? And JJ was like, why? So just. Her talking like that, and it was my insecurities. And JJ, being the guy he was a very handsome guy, and he was just so smart and creative and kind. He was so kind, and he was just a beautiful guy. So I look at that and my insecurity. I was so insecure. It was the first girl I had ever dated. It made me not want Nikki to be around JJ. I still wanted to hang around JJ as much as I could, but I didn't want Nikki around him because, like I was back in that day, JJ was kind of he liked his porns and he liked sex, and so the scenario I had in my mind was that Nikki would just throw herself at JJ, and he would have no choice because Nikki was gorgeous. When I first met her, she's still very beautiful, but 20-year-old Nikki was, oh my God, she was a knockout. So yeah, that was just stupid of me. That insecurity. That might be where, I can't light this light. That might be where some of the self-hate came from. Oh my lord, it's a match. What the hell, dude? Come on. I'm sorry, I'm trying to light this match. Alright, try another one. Let's get down here. Out of the wind. Alright, we've got three matches. I hope there's not a gas leak. I hope this doesn't become a video that would be like viral for some stupid reason, like a car exploding. Come on, baby. Son of a bitch. What the hell? Oh, I really want to smoke. I don't know why they're not lighting. This is insane. Oh, dude. Seriously. Yes, I am a smoker. I'm addicted to nicotine. And it's not cool. But hey, no one's perfect, right? I'm far from it. Well, I would like to quit. I don't want to quit right now. Alright, let's just sit here and try to light this. 20 minutes of this video is going to be my dumbass trying to light a match. Alright. Oh. I got it. Yeah, so where was I? I was just talking about JJ, man. He was the man. And when he died in 2003, the pain just... The only other death that I'd really experienced in my life was my grandfather when I was 3.5, almost 4. And so I think when JJ died, that opened up a bunch of stuff at me. But so I came here. I haven't driven up here by myself in a long time. That's JJ. It's JJ, forever 21. He was a handsome man, this guy. He was really... How's it going, JJ? Yeah, I'm doing YouTube stuff now. It's, I don't know, just making videos. The world's gotten a little mad, brother. I wish you were here. Of course, I come up here and talk to him. We have great conversations. No, I do like to come up here and talk to my friend. But when he first died, man, the pain inside, it grabbed right a hold of me and made me someone I wasn't. It took a lot of years to get over it, get over the pain. Well, as I stated in a previous video, in 2008, right as things were, as I was kind of getting back to myself, I was stopping heroin. I got into heroin after he died more. But in 2008, Tim died, and that hurt. That brought it all back, even worse. Because I love you, JJ, but Tim and I, man, he was like my older brother. He was the elder of our tribe. Tim loved JJ too. JJ loved, he was the elder of the tribe. He was the man. But you have to let go of the pain. You have to let go of it. You have to let it out. After JJ died in 2005, I recorded an album, and I had an incident before that where I went to a doctor. I don't even know why, for just a checkup, and he was like, you're depressed, like your friend died. It's a small town, everybody knows. Like, you're depressed. I want to try you on this. I was naive. I was 21 years old. I didn't know what SRIs were. I didn't know what antidepressants were. In my mind, it was something like just something that would make you happy, a happy pill, if that's even... I don't know what depression is. I don't have it, thank God. I was just grieving. Another reason I think I took the antidepressant was because I had taken a Xanax. Nikki was prescribed to me when we first started dating, and I took one milligram, and I just fell asleep in her bed and woke up, and I was like, oh my, I just fell asleep. It's always been kind of rough for me to fall asleep. It takes a while. And I woke up just feeling really refreshed, so I really liked that. So I took these antidepressants, and they they actually made me depressed. Don't take SRIs, man. Like, don't take any medication. I'm not a doctor or anything, but in my experience, you don't need it. Look into functional medicine. Something I'm looking into. I don't have the money to afford all this stuff that functional medicine offers. I'm more concerned with getting my kids and Nikki out of their apartment and into a house that I will hopefully be renting or own soon. But look into functional medicine if you're on antidepressants or any kind of medication, because I have another buddy who was on all that and he's doing great now, just with functional medicine. We'll get into that sometime. But yeah, I took it was Effexor, I think, and maybe Paxil too. They gave me one, and then they gave me another one for some reason, like on top of it. And I was going to school, Canandaigua. I was going to FLCC at the time, and I was just like, I was crazy, dude. I was like suicidal. I'd go up on the roof of the building and walk on the ledge, like not caring if I fell off. Luckily, I'm pretty athletic, so I didn't. And that, I don't know if I've mentioned that incident with the police, the SWAT team being called. That was antidepressants, man. They made me depressed, so I got off of them very quickly. I got put on Xanax, which I wanted to be on Xanax because it's just a sedative. It's just I was on probation, so after the Canandaigua, I got put on probation, so I couldn't smoke weed. I smoked weed, for various reasons. So I wanted something else because I was naive. I was a young, stupid kid who thought he needed drugs. So I convinced the doctors to put me on Xanax, and they did. They put me on a high dose right out of the gate. 4 milligrams. It's a high dose. So I took that for years. But also during this time, I was letting it out. I recorded an album after JJ had died. I was starting to become myself again, even though I was walking down a path of becoming addicted to benzos, and I didn't really do so much heroin. Like when he died, I wasn't doing it. I'd sniff it every now and then, but after our band, the Deep Cut it was called, after that stopped, my friends were all doing it again, and we'd sniff it. I went back to FLCC again after the whole incident. No, that was before. I was at FLCC before JJ died, and then I went back with Nikki, so after that, then I recorded in 05. He died in 03. Yeah. But after the band went under, after it just fell apart, I started doing heroin, and like I said, I was on probation. I started doing Oxycontins as well as Xanax. Nikki and I, the apartment we were living in, her neighbor had Oxycontins, and one day she, just in fashion of drug dealers, like, hey man, hey guy, whatever she said. She said, do you like these? I got oxys, 40 milligrams. And I was like, why, yes, in fact, I do. I like opiates. They settle my stomach. So I started sniffing those up. And it wasn't for a few years. I didn't start shooting things until about 2007, I'd say. 6 maybe. But I was on probation. I still had that pain in me and that fear and anger. Oh, absolutely. I absolutely had it. And I was angry. I was angry that I was on probation. I was angry that I couldn't smoke weed. So I was like, I'll show you. I'll show you. I'm going to do these Oxycontins. They'll be out of my system 3 days. I know when I have to go in and see my probation officer. I can just take 3 days off and... Ha! I'll show you, system. What the hell is wrong with me? Thinking I'm gonna fight the system by doing drugs? God, that was stupid. That was stupid, man. So yeah, I did that. I had a good probation officer. It was nice. He let me off in a year and a half rather than 3 years. So I got off in maybe the end of 2006. But like I noticed then, around then, one of the last times I went to see him, he didn't know. He hardly P-tested me, but I would always stop taking Oxycontins before I saw him. I noticed one of the last times I went to see him, I felt shitty. What happened? What's going on? Why do my legs hurt? Why do I feel kind of off and achy today? Oh my God. What do you think, buddy? You've been taking Oxycontins for like quite some time now. And, yeah, that's why I became addicted to Oxycontins. So I started doing heroin. It was cheaper and more. You get more for your money. And then that voice was also like, "Hey, you know, you're probably heavily addicted to Xanax too. I wouldn't stop that." I did. I tried. I ran out. I didn't stop. You know, I didn't want to stop. I ran out. I had a seizure. So that's how addicted I was. I had a seizure. Almost could have killed me. I had 3 seizures when I ran out. So luckily, right now in my life, I'm not addicted to benzos to the point of having a seizure. Though I do take them. I'll take them every now and then. Sometimes I'll take them for a few days. Sometimes I'll skip a few days. They do help me. I consider it a weakness to need them, but they help. I think I won't need them at all once I have my home and just can live like up here in the country with my family. But they do help, but I do know the dangers of them, so I'm very careful to not take a lot every day. And on top of that, I don't want to take a lot because I don't want to be higher on my kids ever. And I also take there's a sheriff, might be my neighbor. I also take opiate substitute drug, which it's a semi-synthetic opiate. It doesn't make me high like heroin or Oxycontins did, which is good. But I kind of think it does. Maybe I'm just so used to it, because if you are not used to opiates, if you've never done one, and you take this buprenorphine, if you take this, dude, it will mess you up, and it could make you very ill. It has made me ill. Even now, if I take it, I'll get constipated and start throwing up. It's horrible, man. So those are the 2 drugs that I am battling. Kind of won the victory with benzos, though I am acting foolish, still taking it. You know, still kind of dipping my toe in the water. But the buprenorphine, I used to be on a high dose of that. I'm not anymore. I'm cutting myself down, and eventually I will be off of it because I just don't want to take it anymore. But I'm not going to just stop it cold turkey, because I don't want to have to deal with the withdrawals. So I'll like in A Princess Bride, when what's his face? When the main guy takes the iocane powder, just tiny bits every day to build up an immunity, I am taking tiny bits less and less of the buprenorphine every day in order to just come off of it. So, yeah, that will be good. Oh man, I wish JJ was still here. This guy, man, he was maybe the smartest person I've ever known. He was so knowledgeable, and man, he knew what was going on with the world, like before any of us, before myself. He wrote his senior paper on conspiracy theories. He was all about it, man. He was all about it. I wish you guys could have met him. I wish he was here to give to the world his beauty and just his being. He was such a beautiful soul. He was the man. And I miss him. I miss him a lot. He was a great guy. So, I'm gonna turn this off now and have a talk with my buddy. But before I do, just remember, man, the world's gonna hit you. Here's his mother, too. She died in 2004, May 22nd. I was actually in jail on that day. That was when the Canandaigua thing happened, after the nut house, after they determined that I was perfectly sane. They threw me in jail, and in jail, they had the TV on, and the news came, and it showed my buddy's house, that lives down there, and it showed a bunch of police cars, and I was just watching the news. I was like, what the hell? That's JJ's house. And a lady came up and was talking about how a woman was murdered there by her son, by JJ's brother. JJ's brother came out of his door with a shotgun and popped his mom right in the head. I guess they had a fight, but JJ's mom was she had a lot of pain. Oh God, dude, she wanted to die. So, like, I don't know. I kind of saw it as God working through JJ's brother. But, dude, when I was in jail, when I saw that on TV, I thought I had died and was in hell. Like, honestly, I didn't think it was real. It was crazy. It was horrible, man. But I made it through that insanity. That was crazy. And I let that pain go. So don't hold on to pain. You're going to get hit. You're going to have some blows. And know that you don't have a monopoly on pain and suffering. Every single person, we all have our stories to tell, you know? Like we all experience pain. So don't hold on to the pain. Let it out however you can, as long as it's a healthy way. Let it out. And don't hold on to it, and don't become the victim. Don't be a victim. That's pathetic. You know, you don't have a monopoly on pain. You're not the only person in this world who's been hurt. So don't walk around thinking that you're suffering and everybody else isn't, because everybody suffers from time to time. Just remember that. Just be thankful for what you have. Be grateful. Count your blessings every day. Thank the Lord Jesus Christ every day for what you have. Don't look at what you don't have. Don't look at what's happened to you. Don't live in the past. Live in the now. Don't live in the future, you know? It's also some good advice I got from a new friend, Slapweasel. He says he doesn't live in the future unless he absolutely has something planned for the next day, which is exactly right, dude. Stay here in the now, because this, right now, is all we have. It's just an eternal now. That's all we have. Don't look behind you. Don't look in front of you, unless you have plans the next day. But yeah, man, stay in the now. Don't hold on to pain. Don't let that pain turn to fear, to anger, to hate, to evil, man. Just be grateful for everything you have. And if life hands you a shitty plate, you know, and that you have to eat it gracefully, and try not to let it destroy you. as my pains almost destroyed me. So hang in there, be strong, keep the faith, thank Christ every day, believe in yourselves, be yourselves, love yourself, and love your neighbor, love your enemy. Just love, man. Alright. Have a wonderful day. This is Sean Kelly wishing you all a good afternoon.